guys, StarMaster65 here, back with another video today, and have you ever thought to yourself, is there any game more obscure than Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 for GBA? Well, I'm here to answer your question, singular person watching this video. So today, we're gonna take a dive into the GBA library, but not just any ordinary game like Super Mario Advance or the Sonic Advance trilogy. We're gonna be taking a look at the more obscure side of things. So, let's get started. First-person shooters are all the rage nowadays. It all started with GoldenEye, Doom, Wolfenstein, and then moved on to Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, and Halo. Well, not so much Medal of Honor, but I mean, you get the point. A game series that no one ever talks about, though, is X vs. Sever. This game was developed by Crawfish Interactive, who went on to make great games like these. Never mind, they went defunct pretty soon after this game. Looks like they mostly made games about Cartoon Network shows like Dexter's Lab and Powerpuff Girls. Back to the game at hand, it starts off by letting you choose between X or Sever. The difference? No idea. Like I said earlier, this is a first-person shooter. You walk around shooting people and try to beat each level. This game received outstanding critical reviews, and I can see why. For a first-person shooter on GBA, this is a must-have. It's great to play on the go, even though Call of Duty Mobile exists in 2019. This game was also apparently based on a movie of the same name. I've never watched it or heard of it. Definitely a 4.5 out of 5. My favorite first-person shooter ever, other than Medal of Honor. Beat-em-ups, or just fighting games in general, used to be the most popular genre in arcades back in the 90s. TMNT was also a big thing, so a TMNT beat-em-up game was made for GBA in 2007, believe it or not. And I've got to say, it's really good. Of course, Ubisoft released this game. You know, the same company that still develops games for the Wii in 2019. Guess that makes sense. The controls are very smooth, the AI is well balanced, and it's a very good looking GBA game, which makes sense since it was made in 2007. Critically, it received average reviews, but personally, it's better than the few beat-em-ups I've played. This game is what made me want to play beat-em-ups. However, the combat is kind of repetitive at times, so it's definitely not perfect by any means. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Activision, on the other hand, had the rights to X-Men apparently, and made a beat-em-up way before Ubisoft did, back in 2001. I played X-Men Reign of Apocalypse before the TMNT beat-em-up, and there was a big difference. The controls were tighter in this game, but felt sort of clunky, kind of. Or at least not as smooth as the ones in TMNT. Each character has their own set of unique moves. My favorite character is probably Cyclops, since he can shoot lasers from his eyes. He's pretty powerful. Anyways, you end up unlocking new characters after each area, and the premise is the same. Beat up characters, beat the boss, unlock an X-Men, rinse and repeat. Same as every beat 'em up. Still a solid game though, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Let's talk about something that isn't a fighting game. How about Backyard Sports Football 2007? This was the first GBA game I ever purchased. I found it at Dollarama for about $2 I think, and it was a pretty good deal. I'm not a football fan by any means, but this game is very enjoyable. To start off, you choose a real NFL team, or one of the backyard teams, and draft random kids, or NFL players as kids, to your team. Each kid has different stats, catching, throwing, running, things like that. Anyways, what makes this game so good? I mean, nostalgia, obviously, come on. But just the simplicity of this game makes it so much fun. This is a true handheld sports game that you can just pick up and play whenever. My rating for this game? Probably a 3.5 out of 5. So far, we've looked at a first-person shooter, a couple of beat-em-ups, and a sports game. I'll just put my hands in this pile of GBA games and hope I can keep my roll of good games going. Oh shoot, it's Star Wars Flight of the Falcon. This game is a shooter, I guess. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. This was a very ambitious game, considering they made it in 3D on the GBA, but it sucks. The first level goes on way too long, and all you're doing is shooting and dodging TIE fighters. This game runs at a super low frame rate too. I can't even get past the second level because I have no idea on what my objective is. And how did I go from shooting TIE fighters in space in a Millennium Falcon to shooting stormtroopers on Tatooine in a land speeder? I thought this game was called Star Wars Flight of the Falcon for a reason. Why am I in a land speeder now? Why am I on Tatooine? This game has no continuity and no real objectives. Just go from point A to point B, that's about it, without dying. I can't stand this anymore. I'm moving on to the next game. This gets a 1 out of 10, no question. Well, that game sucked. Hopefully I get lucky this time. Oh yes, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. So, you may be wondering, why is this game in an obscure games video? Well, mostly because it's on GBA, but also, I just want to talk about this game. Released in 2000, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 is the second installment of what was going to be a very long and bumpy ride for a series. This is probably my favorite Tony Hawk game. This thing was one of the first games I got with my GBA. Unlike the console variants of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, this game is an isometric game, so it's not fully 3D. Doesn't mean it's a bad game, though. You can choose from a bunch of different characters. Obviously, you got Tony Hawk, Spider-Man. Wait, Spider-Man? Yeah, he was in this game. Pretty sure he was the only character I used to use, other than Tony Hawk himself. Anyways, there's a variety of different levels, different characters. My favorite level probably being the hangar or the half-pipe. Then there's the gameplay. It's pretty decent. Press certain buttons, perform certain tricks, and get as many points as you can. There's also a career mode where you have to do all that stuff, but in a limited time. I mostly played free mode as a kid, though. I had so much fun playing this game with Mario Fan 27. We even did a cartridge tilting video on it, so I'm gonna try and recreate that right now. Roll the clip. Alright, time to do some cartridge tilting with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Let's just do a single session. No, we have to be Spider-Man, because, like, that's who I used to be all the time. Alright, let's do it. I don't know how I'm gonna do this with one hand, but... Okay, well, yeah, that's something that happens. Gonna turn that down. Gotta get a good angle. Alright, that just froze the game and made some weird noises. So, back to the regular video, I guess. Oh, okay, well, you push the cartridge back in, and the sound stops working, and it turns green and black, so, never mind. Let's see if the game still works. Alright, yeah, it's fine. But yeah, back to the video. So yeah, this game definitely has a place in my heart, so I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. The GBA clearly had an amazing lineup of games. Lots of games got to enjoy the limelight, like the Sonic Advance trilogy, and obviously anything first-party Nintendo. But these games didn't really get that chance. Most of them definitely deserved it, but not Star Wars Flight of the Falcon. That game's just straight up garbage. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I mean, it's not really my typical top 5, but hope you guys enjoyed it anyways. If you want me to do more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comments, because I had a fun time making this. Doesn't have to be about, like, video games in general. It can be, like, consoles, even movies, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing something with DS games for the next video, so if you want to see that, let me know in the comments, and if you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!